Hello everyone. Today I will be explaining you about law of supply. Law of demand and law of supply are two important theories in economics. These laws are valid, these laws are appropriate in relevance to our real life situations. So today I will be covering law of supply. Now before going to law of supply, let me explain you the definition or the meaning of supply. Now what is supply? As you can see here that I have written, supply refers to the various quantities of a commodity offered for sale at different possible prices at a given time. So price and time, as you can see here, price and time play a very important role in supply. So the two important characteristics of supply is that supply is always at a price and supply is always at a time. It may be a day, a week or a month. Now let me take an example to explain you briefly. Supply is always at a price. When we talk about supply, we have to take a price. Now let me give you an example. Suppose I say that the supply of fish to Mumbai market is 5 quintals. Now, this sentence is incomplete because here I am not considering the price. Now, if I say that the supply of fish to Mumbai market is 5 quintals when the price is rupees 60 per kg, this sentence is relevant, but it is not complete because I am mentioning the price in it, but I am not mentioning the time period or the time. So now supply is always at a time, so I have to mention the time. So now if I say that the supply of fish to Mumbai market is 5 quintals per day when the price of fish is rupees 60 per kg. This sentence is complete and it explains the complete definition of supply because this sentence includes the price, the quantity and the time. So let me tell you the example once more. The supply of fish to Mumbai market is 5 quintals per day. Per day is the time when price of fish is rupees 60 per kg. So 60 is the price, time I told it is per day and quantity I told 5 quintals. So this is the complete sentence or the complete meaning of supply. Now coming to law of supply. What is law of supply? Other things remaining constant, when price of a commodity increases, its quantity supply also increases, and when price of a commodity or good decreases, its quantity supplied also decreases. So there exists a direct or a positive relationship between price and supply of a commodity or good. Now let me explain you law of supply through an individual supply schedule and an individual supply curve, as you can see here. So, first of all, coming to the individual supply schedule, you can see that there is price of rice per kg in rupees and we have quantity supplied in quintals. It is clearly mentioned that when price increases from 5 to 6, as you can see in this tabular representation, when price increases from 5 to 6, its quantity supplied also increases from 10 to 12. Further, when price increases from 6 to 7, its quantity supplied in quintals also increases from 12 to 15 and so on. So when price is increasing from 5 to 6 and so on, its quantity supplied in quintals is also increasing from 10 to 12 and so on. When price is 10, quantity supplied is 25. So the individual supply schedule is indicating that there exists a positive or a direct relationship between price and supply. So when price of a commodity increases, its quantity supplied increases and vice versa. Now coming to the individual supply curve, as you can see here, this is the individual supply curve. The OX axis represents the quantity supplied, as you can see here, and the OY axis represents the price of the commodity. The SS is the supply curve. It is upward sloping towards the right because law of supply indicates direct relationship between price and quantity supplied of a commodity. Now initially, when price is OP1, quantity supplied is OQ1. Now suppose price increases from OP1 to OP2 by the amount P1, P2, quantity supplied also increases from OQ1 to OQ2 by the amount Q1, Q2. So it is clear that law of supply indicates a direct relationship between price and quantity supplied of a commodity. The monthly market supply schedule for rice. We have 4 columns. In column 1, we have price per kg in rupees. In column 2, we have A's supply in quintals. In column 3, we have B's supply in quintals. And we have market supply in quintals. Okay. Now A and B are 2 producers prevailing in the market. Now let us discuss it briefly. Now, initially when price per kg is rupees 5, A's supply in quintals is 3, B's supply in quintals is 5, and the market supply in quintals is 8. Because 5 plus 3 gives us 8. Now, suppose price increases from 5 to 6. You can see that A's supply increases from 3 to 5. B's supply in quintals increases from 5 to 8. And the total market supply also increases from 8 to 13. So, it is clear that when price is increasing, the supply of both the producer A and B is increasing and the market supply in quintals is also increasing. We have 3 figures. Figure 1 indicates A's supply curve, figure 2 indicates B's supply curve, and figure 3 indicates the market supply curve. Now, suppose initially the price is OP1. Then A will supply ON1, B will supply OK1, and the total market supply will be OQ1, as you can see in the figure. Suppose price increases from OP1 to OP2 by the amount P1, P2, A's supply will also increase from ON1 to ON2, B's supply will increase from OK1 to OK2 by the amount K1, K2, and the total market supply will also increase from OQ1 to OQ2 by the amount Q1, Q2. S1 is the supply curve of A, S2 is the supply curve of B, and SM is the total market supply curve. So it is clear that When price increases, the supply of A is increasing, the supply of B is increasing, and the total market supply is also increasing. Thank you, stay tuned, and thank you for supporting us.